Hi friends, I'm Bree. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm here to do the mid-year book freakout tag. I was literally just sitting here the other day thinking about how once upon a time on Booktube, we had tags for literally everything. Fall would come and it would be like fall time, cozy time. And then winter would come and we'd have a winter tag. And then Christmas would come and we'd have a Christmas tag. The tags that have really stood the test of time are the Booktube newbie tag, thankfully. That is just amazing to get on and see who's new to the community. And the mid-year book freakout tag. And like, I low-key wish the unpopular opinions tag would come back that the book Archer created. Those were my favorite videos once upon a time to watch. I'm here to do this tag today. My friend Isabel from Happy For Now posted hers earlier and I was just like, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. She tagged all of our romance groups, so here I am to do it. Also guys, my t-shirt, I'm so happy with it. If you are into bookish tees, this is only my second one. I love it. It fits so comfortably. I have had 3 C-sections. I'm like really insecure about my stomach, so I like for my shirts to be a little bit bigger, to fit a little bit bigger, and this one just fits perfectly. And it says, take a look, it's in a book from the Reading Rainbow. It is amazing. So if you are looking for a bookish tee, I will leave a link to the website down below. I do have a code. It'll give you 20% off. It's Falling for Romance, which is my Instagram and my blog name. So definitely go check it out. But let's get into the tag. So question 1 is best book you've read this year. This year, I'm trying to be a lot more aware and conscious of what I'm rating 5 out of 5 stars. In the past, if a book was great, I just gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And then like 6 or 7 months down the line, it'd be like, yeah, it was great once upon a time, but it really hasn't stood the test of time. I'm still not thinking about it. And so I'm really stingy with my 5 stars this year. My Goodreads is listed down in the description box below as well. I do have a specific folder where I am saving my 5-star reads this year, and I only have 8. So the first one is Almost Just Friends by Jill Shalvis and The Trouble with Sajni Patel. I loved both of these and it was really hard to narrow down, but I do feel like out of my favorites, these are 2 that definitely stand out. Next is Best Sequel, and for that one, I went with The Virgin and the Rogue by Sophie Jordan. This is book 6 in her Rogue File series. I have never read Sophie Jordan. I loved this book so much. I am very new still to the world of historical romance. I've mostly just read Beverly Jenkins and I felt like that was going to be it for me, but I have read a couple of historical romance titles this year. Every one that I've read, I have loved. Like, I am definitely changing my mind on the world of historical romance. This one has an aphrodisiac twist to it, and I just really love how Sophie Jordan handled that, and really like her reasonings for put it in the book. Like, it really serves this purpose of having the hero and the heroine both confront what it is that they both really want, and I just loved it. I could talk about this book forever. I'm pretty sure my friends Isabel from Happy For Now and Jen from the book Refuge, pretty sure they both rated this 5 out of 5 stars as well. Next is new release you haven't read yet but really want to, and that one is The Last Train to Paris by Chanel Cleaton. That one literally came out today and I am kicking myself. I really thought that it came out later on in the month of June or like early July. I got to meet Chanel Cleaton last year. She came to Dallas, Texas when We Left Cuba came out, and I got the chance to meet her and she signed my book, and she's just so sweet, and she's just one of those authors that I'm really rooting for. Next is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. It is You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria. I cannot wait for this book to come out. I think it comes out like August 20th, so I don't have that much longer to wait. Next is The Biggest Disappointment, and for that one, it is The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. I went into this really hoping that I would be in the minority on this one and that I would be the person that loved it. Unfortunately, I did not like this book, and it's more so on me as a reader. I saw the cover, I read the synopsis, and Christina Lauren is really known for their really fun stories, and so I went into this one expecting that, and that's not what it is. It's a lot more serious in tone. Like, it's not a fun book at all. It does deal with some really important topics, and I love the way that they handled that. I really loved the way that the story flowed, and unfortunately I also felt like one storyline overshadowed the actual storyline, that like the actual romance that we were supposed to be following. Next is Biggest Surprise, and I have 2 for that one. So this first one is Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. So not that I didn't expect to love this one, because Kennedy Ryan's writing is absolutely amazing. Her writing is so poetic while she's also really tackling some amazing important social justice issues, but I was expecting this one to be too tense for me and for me to like really take my time with reading it. I knew that it dealt with like domestic violence violence and sexual abuse and stuff like that. I've listened to her talk about her writing this book and like all the research that she put into it. So I knew she was going to go there, and I knew that it was going to be well done, but I really like my stories light and fluffy and sweet. And I knew, I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning with this book on my heart, and I was just like, you have to read this book. You have to read this book. I expected to just pick it up and take my time with it. Once I got into this book, I could not put it down. This book is over 400 pages, and I started it at about 5:30 in the morning, and I did not stop reading it until I had it finished. I was so hooked. I had to know what was going to happen. And the second book that took me by surprise was Sunrise on Half Moon Bay by Robin Carr. Now this one took me by surprise because at the beginning of the year, I tried to read her release, The Country Guest House, and I could not get into that book. I actually ended up DNFing it, and I just kind of made it up in my mind that like maybe Robin Carr is just not the author for you, girl, because I have tried multiple times to get into her books and it just was not working for me. Then I picked this one up. It was sent to me for review, and I was hooked on it. It is more women's fiction. It focuses more on two sisters and their relationship and then everything else that they have going on, and I was obsessed. Next is Newest Fictional Crush, and for that one I'm going with Raja from As We Lie by Aubrey Penn. Now Aubrey Penn is a new to me Black author, and the series that I've been making my way through is her Forbidden Lust series. It's more of like an erotic romance series. Every book, like I fall in love with the hero, and then we go to the next book and I fall in love with that hero. So it was like really hard to figure out which one was my favorite, but there's just something about Raja, his patience with the heroine. I just really loved his patience. Like he has this really tough exterior, but when it comes to the heroine, like that's his soft spot. Like he's really like softened himself to be able to love her and to allow her to love him, because she has a lot of stuff going on, and like my heart just broke for him. Like you have this really good guy. I just loved it. I love his confidence. His confidence is just so amazing. Like next is new favorite character, and for that one again I have two. The first one is Ricky from Waterbound, and then Piper from Almost Just Friends. Both of these I just saw so much of myself in them. Ricky is autistic and she's a water elemental, and I just love how before herself she will protect the ones that she loves. And then Piper just turning 30 and like really kicking herself for not having everything figured out and just being the oldest sibling. Like I just saw so much of myself in both of these characters. Next is a book that made you cry. This was kind of tough, but I looked back amongst my favorites and I was like, I remember reading Waterbound, and there was this specific scene where the hero and the heroine are apart from one another and like the action is happening, but they find this way to connect with one another, and it's really Ricky's moment to shine and use her powers. Again, she is a water elemental, and she really saves the day, and it was her coming out of her shell. She had really protected the ones that she loved from herself because she had lived with this guilt surrounding deaths from her past, like people that she loved and lost in the past. She really thought she had something to do with it. Yeah, it was her moment to like break out of all of that, and I just remember rooting for her and being so proud of her, and I was just like crying. It was so good. Next is a book that made you happy, and for that one I chose A Lady on Time by J.A. Armstrong. This just has everything in a book that I love. It's a novella. It's like 120 something pages. It's a female romance, and it's all about reincarnation and love just finding its way through time. Two people who are meant to be together finding their way across time. I loved this book. Every time I look at the cover, I'm just reminded of how much I love this book. I need more stories like this in my life. Next is The Most Beautiful Book You Bought or Received this year, and for that one I'm going with The Trouble with Hating You by Sajni Patel. I'm one of those readers, like I'm really on the fence on how I feel about the illustrated covers. I don't mind them, like they are gorgeous, and I don't mind like the regular covers with people on them either. I'm really on the fence. I think that my only thing with illustrated covers is that a lot of people use it as an excuse to read romance and for people to not know that they're reading romance, and I'm just like, so what? Tell them to mind their own business. That's like the only thing that bothers me when people are like, oh, I only buy romance if it's an illustrated cover. Like how many amazing stories are you missing out on because of the book snobbery? We're not going to get into that tangent, but I love this cover and the story is equally amazing. 5 stars. It's one of my favorite books of this year, and I had the opportunity to moderate an author chat with this author and 2 other authors from Forever Publishing. They were all 3 amazing, and Sajni Patel's just so sweet. So I cannot wait to read the next book. She gave us a hint like who the next book is going to follow, and I cannot wait. Last one is books that you want to read before the end of the year, and for that one I really need to finish the Sea Haven series by Christine Feehan. So up next I have Earthbound I need to read, and then Firebound, and then Bound Together. And so I read Almost Just Friends by Jill Shalvis, knowing that it was part of a series, and I've really been going back and forth with like, do I want to haul the other books in the series? And I finally did. I have book 1, which is Lost and Found Sisters. I don't know if this one comes in trade paperback. I ordered it from Thrift Books, and I was a little bit disappointed when it arrived and it was in mass market because it doesn't match the other ones. Like, I love mass markets, but I was like, why isn't this one trade paperback like the other ones? But it's fine. So I got that one. I have Rainy Day Friends, which is the next book, and then the Lemon Sisters, and then I already have, of course, Almost Just Friends, and then I have the Summer Deal, which is the new release. Cannot wait to get to those. So those are my answers to the mid-year book freakout tag. If you are watching this and you are a blogger or a booktuber and you want to do it, please do it and consider yourself tagged. Let me know when you have your video posted so that I can watch it and show you some love. And yeah, let me know what one of your favorite books of this year has been, or a new release that you're really excited for. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.